Or is this full-time MMA now?
I love full-time MMA right now.
Back to the daily grind, and shout out to the full-time patrons. Make sure to hit subscribe if you're new and hit thumbs up if you're not a baby back bagel biting bitch boy, cause you know what time it is. It's full-time
MMA.
Let's fucking go! Let's go, full-time family. You know what time it is. It's time for the two-time Olympic gold medalist Kayla Harrison to return to action at PFL 6 in the main event versus Jozette Cotton. Jozette Cotton is 8-1 and she looks like a prison yard bully. Tell me she don't look like the baddest bitch that just got freed out of the motherfucking penitentiary. But that's not going to be enough to get past the two-time Olympic gold medalist in judo, Kayla Harrison, who's probably already got the best grappling the UFC's featherweight division has ever saw. Prove me wrong. Name one other featherweight fighter with the grappling prowess higher than Kayla Harrison's potential. Don't give me Chris Cyborg because she's not known for her grappling. I know she's the GOAT, I get it. But all I'm saying is in 2020, motherfucking 2020, Kayla Harrison might have something to say about that. Now, this is a huge step up in competition for Kayla Harrison. She just fought her pro debut, I believe, earlier this year at PFL 2, and she fought Brittany Elkins, who had a 3-4 professional record, but still more experienced than Kayla Harrison, who was just looking to get her feet wet and make her MMA debut. Now she's fighting her second pro fight against the 8-1 Jozette Cotton, who's coming in at 150, 145 pounds. Yo, I believe Kayla Harrison might have already fought more after this fight. She might have already fought more legit featherweights than Chris Cyborg has. I mean, maybe in the UFC. I'm sure before Chris Cyborg came to the UFC, she fought some legit featherweights. But Kayla Harrison is a girl that's actually been fighting at 155 pounds. She did in her MMA debut, and Jozette Cotton this fight might be at 155 pounds. So with that being said, Kayla Harrison, when all is said and done, is going to be not just a person to challenge Chris Cyborg in the future, a potential person to challenge Cyborg. And before you think I'm getting ahead of myself bringing Chris Cyborg's name into this, let me tell you, I'm not. This is like a warpath we're on here. Kayla Harrison's skills are legitimate. I mean, even if she doesn't have the striking yet of one of the best MMA fighters in the world, her grappling is there. Two-time judo gold medalist. We saw what Ronda Rousey was able to do with the bronze medal, but now we got the two-time gold medalist who's fighting at 155 pounds, so that's not going to be an issue. When people used to want to see Ronda Rousey versus Chris Cyborg, Ronda Rousey was always a bantamweight who was just a little too small for Cyborg, but people still wanted to see it because she was dominating shit. But with that being said, she said, Cyborg, you got to come down to 135. So maybe Ronda Rousey was ducking her taco a little bit because, you know, a lot of these girls that say Cyborg has to come down, usually that means they don't want to fight Cyborg because we all know Cyborg can't make the weight. So all you got to do is cut 10 less pounds if you really want to fight Cyborg and put a woman on deck and step up in that octagon and raise your hand. So whenever a woman does not raise her hand and get in the octagon with Chris Cyborg, it's safe to assume that they're ducking their motherfucking taco. Now, I get it. You're a bantamweight. You might have not wanted to lose your legacy and get mauled by Cyborg, but Kayla Harrison is a lightweight who maybe in the future, I'm sure she will, she's going to be getting with the proper nutritionist and whatever she needs to cut that extra 10 pounds, and she's going to be cutting down to featherweight, to Cyborg's weight. What are you talking about, full-time family? And she's not fighting cans on the way up. She's not. People gave her shit about her competition in her UFC debut versus Brittany Elkins, who was 3-4. It was her debut. Go look at fucking who Floyd Mayweather or Khabib or Conor or any of these, Ronda Rousey. Who the fuck did they fight in their UFC or their MMA debut or their boxing debut? Exactly. You didn't know because the spotlight wasn't on them that early. Kayla Harrison in her MMA debut already has the spotlight on her, and she's got to deal with that on top of fighting skilled opponents. You can't just throw Kayla Harrison a bunch of 500 fighters and expect her to ultimately be able to deal with it, because that would be setting her up for failure, and if you did that, nobody would believe that she could beat Cyborg. But I've been telling you before she made her pro debut, Kayla Harrison is on a mission. She said it herself. She wouldn't be getting into the sport if she didn't want to become the greatest. And she already knows who the greatest is right now, Chris Cyborg. And she said she's not comfortable coming in second place. So she doesn't want to come to MMA if Chris Cyborg is going to be the greatest of all time. She wants that spot. So Kayla Harrison knows where her goals are at, her end game, her end goal. She wants to become the greatest fighter of all time. And she's not going to do that by crunching cans in the meantime, in between time, until she builds up enough wins to fight Cyborg. She's going the right way. She might even take a loss in one of these fights because she's fighting very talented fighters. But if she does take one loss, it's not going to be nothing but a learning experience because you win or you learn. But I have a feeling she's not going to take that loss, at least not in this fight versus Jozette Cotton. I believe Kayla Harrison will have the better grappling as well as the cardio advantage in this fight. Now, she's going to have to worry about the hands of Jozette Cotton, but with that being said, this is an MMA fight. If this were a boxing fight, I might be a little more worried for Kayla Harrison. But I think she's going to be able to come in here and hand Jozette Cotton her second loss of her professional career. And with that being said, that's going to be a very big win for Kayla Harrison in just her second pro fight, especially if we're looking at 2020. And I was thinking 2020 might be a little too early. But you put Kayla Harrison in here with girls like Jozette Cotton, legit featherweights, legitimate 155-pound fighters, 145-pound fighters that are 8-1. These aren't just cans that Kayla Harrison is getting thrown at her. I mean, you can say what you want about her debut, but we already discussed that. That was her debut. This is her second fight, and Jozette Cotton is 8-1. That's a very impressive record for Kayla Harrison to be facing in her second fight. If she can beat Jozette Cotton, I think people are really going to turn their eye open to Kayla Harrison and start looking past her as just a hype job, which I already don't think she is. But just because she's sort of in the footsteps of Ronda Rousey, some people believe that Kayla Harrison is going to be a hype job. And I see it. I see why people might think that. But like I said, this is different. This isn't just a bronze medalist judo who's coming over here to bantamweight, who was still able to have a lot of success in the UFC and become that dominant UFC bantamweight champion. But this is a higher level. This isn't a bronze medal bantamweight. This is a two-time gold medal lightweight coming over to MMA with the goal of becoming the best female fighter in the planet. She's not counting herself out. She's not being unrealistic. She knows what she has to do. She knows who Chris Cyborg is. She knows that in order to become the greatest female fighter of all time, she's going to have to beat Chris Cyborg. That's going to be tough. Of course, her striking has some levels to improve, but everywhere else, she's good. I mean, aside from the striking, if you're just talking about her grappling abilities, it's probably already better than every featherweight on the planet, which she showed when she was able to capture that judo gold medal twice. 2 separate Olympic games. She got to the top of the world. Now she's coming to MMA and she's looking to do the same thing, and I'm not doubting her, especially not in her second pro fight. Even though Jozette Cotton is going to be a tough task, definitely an experienced opponent, 8-1. I didn't even expect Kayla Harrison to be getting this tough a competition this early in her career, but she's going to need it. I'm honestly glad she's fighting this high level of an opponent because it's going to really let the world know where she is. If Kayla Harrison can come in and beat Jozette Cotton, I don't think anybody's going to be looking at her as a hype job after this, and that's not because Jozette Cotton is the best fighter in the world, but she's got a legit record at 8-1. She's a legit featherweight / lightweight. If you look at her shirt off, she's coming in 150 pounds, so right in the middle. So she's got size and she's got some hand skills. Now, with that being said, Kayla Harrison for sure is going to need to develop her striking more as she looks to become the greatest WMMA fighter of all time. She's still early in her career, so I'm not saying she would beat Cyborg tomorrow. All I'm saying is 2020, and I fuck with Chris Cyborg, but I see something special in Kayla Harrison. You can either hop on the wagon now or you can hop on after Jozette Cotton. Either way, it is what it is. Let the full-time family know what you think in the comments. And before we go, shout out to all the full-time MMA white belts that have hit the subscribe button. Make sure you also hit the bell right next to it so you get notified every time we upload a new video. This is the hardest working MMA channel on YouTube. We provide daily updates. We do predictions, betting advice, songs, fantasy fights. We create all different types of MMA related content on a daily basis. We've also interviewed Aljamain Sterling, Sean O'Malley, Bruce Lutch-Medio, and Felony Charles Bennett all in just 1 year as an MMA channel. We're still small, but we're definitely one of the fastest growing on YouTube. So with that being said, if you want to see even more videos like this, make sure you check out the Full-Time MMA Dojo over on patreon.com. There's more free videos over here, and you can also learn more about where this channel came from and see the goals of this channel as we continue to grow. So with that being said, whether you're a long-time subscriber or just a new person watching this video, I appreciate it. And we recently just got approved as an Onnit affiliate, so we got what you need. Whether you're trying to think clearer, work out harder, or sleep better, check the links in the description for a 100% free trial of Alpha Brain, Shroom Tech Sport, or New Mood. I'm telling you, we got what you need. Links are in the description. See you on the next video.
Da 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 da. It's the motherfucking DOG.